Our playoff march continues as the Leafs beat the Sens 6-5. Our playoff march continues!
Toronto Maple Leafs have named Dion Phaneuf the 18th team captain in Leaf history.
Leafs, beast in the East.
And the Leafs are rocking it out in the Music City. Oh man, that was great.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And I'm sure that Leaf fans have a lot to be thankful for, like Brian Burke acquiring David Steckel from the New Jersey Devils for a 4th-round pick. I mean, that was good because Steckel is a great face-off guy, and the Leafs needed him for that win against the Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators, which are two other things that Leaf fans are grateful for. And in the first period against the Senators, Luke Schenn and Joffrey Lupul both took penalties, and Zdeno Konopka and Mike Brown got into a fight. The fight was undecided, although I was kind of hoping to see Colton Orr take on Konopka, but I guess that didn't happen. I guess Matt Karkner is thankful that he wasn't in the lineup so he didn't have to face Colton Orr. But anyways, Jared Cowan makes a big mistake by high-sticking Colby Armstrong, and Colby Armstrong was bleeding. Therefore, he was off for 4 minutes. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was a 4-minute Leaf power play, and the Leafs made him pay when Grabowski scores on Craig Anderson, 1-0 Leafs. And the best was yet to come, because just as the period was winding down, Phil Kessel scores his first goal of the season, making it 2-0 Leafs. And in the second period, Dion Phaneuf got the crowd on his feet by making a massive shoulder hit on DaCosta. Wow! The game wasn't even done, and the video replay of that hit was already on NHL.com, calling it Phaneuf's Big Bang. Wow. And although the Leafs took a couple of penalties, but so did the Senators. In fact, Foligno's took a penalty, and on that power play, the Leafs gave up a shorthanded 3-on-1 rush, but Phillips shot the puck, and Reimer stopped him dead. And then Lupul was penalized, ending that Foligno penalty. Well, not really ending it, but the Leafs were 4-on-4 for a little bit, and then the Senators had a 5-on-4 advantage. And then Chris Neil, for some reason, decides to fight Luke Schenn. He beats up Luke Schenn, but he gets a 4-minute fighting instigator penalty. So that really screwed the Senators over there, because Joffrey Lupul takes a Lyle shot and deflects it past Anderson, and what do you know, it's 3-0 for the Leafs. And once again, as that period was winding down, Phil Kessel scores his second of the game, and it's 4-0 Leafs. And in the third period, Craig Anderson was pulled for Alex Auld, and well, that's where the Leafs got a little complacent, because Colin Greening scores his first goal of the season on Reimer, ending Reimer's bid for a 2-game shutout bid, and it was 4-1 for the Leafs. And well, Colton Orr decided to get back at them by scoring on Alex Auld, making it a 5-1 Leafs lead. But things got a little worse for the Leafs after that, because there were a couple of Senators penalties. The Leafs could not score on the 5-on-3 advantage that they had for more than a minute and a half. I mean, Daniel Alfredsson stepped out of the box and scored a shorthanded goal on James Reimer, and I feel that he should have had it because he was going top shelf glove side. It looks like he caught Reimer unprepared for that, but anyways, it's the second game of the season. Things got a little worse for the Leafs because Mike Komisarek and Dion Phaneuf were penalized, and the Senators were on a 5-on-3 advantage. And they made the Leafs pay by scoring on both power plays. One goal from Spezza and another from an Alfredson deflection, and the lead is cut to 5-4. But Phil Kessel comes to the rescue by scoring his very first hat trick as a Toronto Maple Leaf and his third hat trick of his career. And that really saved the Leafs big time, making it 6-4. Why did it save the Leafs? Because Stefan DaCosta scores later with a 6-on-5 advantage when the Senators pulled their goalie, and it was 6-5 for the Leafs, and that's the final. Now, the Leafs really need to learn not to be relaxing when they have a 4-0 lead. These things can come back and really haunt them. I mean, yes, the Senators are expected to finish 15th in the East, and not a whole lot of people are predicting big things for them. But that doesn't mean you can't treat them like they're going to play like trash for the rest of the game. I mean, when they were playing Detroit, they nearly came back. If it wasn't for Detroit's 2 goals in like less than 2 minutes or something, they would have won it in overtime. But I am glad that Phil Kessel scored his hat trick, and he couldn't have picked a better time to do it. I mean, if the Leafs had gone to overtime, that would have been really demoralizing. But anyways, the Toronto Maple Leafs win 6-5. They avoid a comeback from the Ottawa Senators, and they have a week off to prepare for the Calgary Flames next Saturday. Hopefully Tim Connolly will be in the lineup Saturday. I know Clark MacArthur is, because his suspension would have been lifted by then. But honestly, I hope Connolly does not turn into what Eric Lindros was when he was with the Leafs. When he was injured, he just took his time to recover and did whatever he wanted, and I'm hoping that Connolly will not do the same thing. Because nobody likes a hockey player who just sits around and takes his time getting back on the ice and doing whatever he wants. I mean, well, anyways, go Leafs, go. And happy Thanksgiving, and wow, I must say that hat trick has really made me proud to have my Phil Kessel jersey autographed, as I'm about to show you. But until after Saturday night's game against the Calgary Flames, go Leafs go, and happy Thanksgiving.